I've just got an email from VW. Could it be a cease and desist? That's something a lot of brands are starting to do now when it comes to like campervan conversion or highly modifying your vehicle. They don't like it. It destroys the brand. They send you a cease and desist, and it's fully legal. You have to stop. Before I even get to that email and ruin my day, I've got some work to do on the van. We've got another big upgrade on the VW Craft to campervan conversion, but it can only happen if all the little things today all slot into place at exactly the right time that they say. But first, I've got to start preparing for the upgrade. I need this out of the garage, and that's because today it's going on the back door. But for that to go on the back door, one, it's due to arrive today, the actual spare wheel carrier, and it's a spare wheel carrier that you don't need to change the hinges on. Most of the wheel carriers, you either have to cut this bar out completely, which takes the rigidity away from the actual door, or you need completely different hinges, and it's all just added costs and stuff like that. But we've found one, Wheeliams, I'll leave it linked in the description down below. That's got to arrive on time. Then we've either got to decide powder coating or do we Raptor paint it. I'm kind of leaning towards the Raptor paint just because that way I can get it painted and on the van all in one day. I truly am in love with these Rogue alloys, the best thing I've ever bought. Now the wheel carrier is going to be going on this door, and we are going to need to drill through this section. To be able to do that, there's a couple of skins. I need to get this back panel off and the table off, which is the joyous thing because it means I get to play with power tools. Did you turn that one? Turn that one. The table just comes off, and there it is. This is just a load of posi screws dotted all the way throughout, and then all the insulation in the back door. I had a couple of covers, that one and that one. They were just covering that and that. I decided to go with the Raptor paint, so I've ordered that. Can't pick that up until 2 o'clock, so I've got a few hours until I can get that. It was just cheaper and quicker for me to just get this done today. The powder coating would have took a lot longer and stuff like that. Plus, I've got a friend of mine, Axis, he's done it in Raptor paint and his looks amazing, so we'll try that. That's the first part of today's tricky events. It arrived earlier than expected. The next one is, will the paint be ready? That's not ready until 2 o'clock. We'll have a look later. We're going to start putting this together just so we know the fixings and we know everything about it before we paint it. So that's it, all set up. So we've got the brackets there, runs up. This whole section just here is a completely different section. Oh, that's amazing. It bolts on really securely there on those brackets just there, and that piece is the bit that goes in the door. Now like I said, normally they bolt through those holes there and that bar in the middle has to get cut out. Well, on this one, let's show you how it works. Those holes just there click onto those holes that hold the actual hinge on. So by the looks of it, it goes in there, up, and it sits in just nicely, just like that. So on the back of the door, it's just unbolt that one, and it bolts straight onto there. You've got to appreciate the quality of this. Every little detail that's been done, all the welds, even the letterings, everything is just beautifully engineered. And most companies just take the easy way out and just say, right, you've got to cut the hinges up, you've got to modify the hinges. This is engineering to the point where you don't need to do that. Made perfectly for the DIY campervan owner. How cool is that? Wheeliams, linked in the description. They already emailed me the fitting instructions for them and how to fit them. It comes with all the nuts, the bolts, the fittings, everything, even the little rubber seal so you don't damage your door, a sticker and an air freshener. I'm going to get this piece through those holes and those holes, bolt them all together so it's one complete unit. It's amazing just how easy this is. I'm just going to ratchet on one side, that on the other side, tighten them up, boom, that's that all done. It's got enough of an offset for my Rogue alloys as well, which is what I absolutely love. And what makes it even more DIY camper friendly is the price. It's one of the cheapest that I've seen on the internet. £340 for this. I want to point out it's not sponsored. I generally have paid 340 quid for this, the shipping and everything. Let's try it on the van because it might need some tweaking, it might need some adjusting, but it goes on top of that one. There we go. It'll go and sit just like that. We've still got a few hours now until we need to pick up the paint, so we're going to go on a little bike ride. I've got to yeet that in the backpack. We always take a backpack. Why not? Because we like to do our filming. There's our tripod that can go in, and then we just simply lock the van, jump on the bike. I love that bike. Look at my hair, all windswept. I've just got a little notification as well to say that my passport has been received by the passport office. Basically, Jordan from Steps to Adventure, he's banging on at me about, you've got to get your passport sorted so we can go on road trips to France and stuff. So I've got it sorted. I'm a sucker for peer pressure. I do love that bike. That's one of the best things I've got in this van. Pretty much say that about absolutely everything I've got in this van though. It's a great distraction from that email that I got though. We knew there'd be a problem. The paint that I ordered from Euro Car Parts, the 2K Raptor paint for the back, they've just phoned and said the store that they've ordered it from, for me to pick it up at 2 o'clock, can't find it. It says they have 6 of them in stock, but they can't find it. So we're gonna have to wait until tomorrow. I can't wait till tomorrow. I'm busy tomorrow. Just cancel the order. I'm gonna have to find it from somewhere else. Problem averted. Google Maps car paint places local to me. One literally 0.7 mile away. I went in. I goes, can I have some Raptor 2K paint? He goes, what you painting? So I told him. He goes, is it bare metal? He goes, yes. Primer, perfect, that'll do me. He's told me a way to clean it as well with stuff that I've already got. And he said the Raptor paint is great, it does good. This is a new one and they're starting to work. It's a weird one. It's called Pro XL. It's a 2K structured coating, same as normal, but on the bottom of the tin, it's got this little pin here. So that activates it. So you push that and it activates it, and then you just go ham on the area that you're working on, and then it cures it a lot quicker apparently or something. So it'd be interesting to try that. I wasn't supposed to pick up my other stuff until 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it's only 11:44. Let's get back and sort this. First point of call is I've got some cellulose thinners. The bloke at the paint shop said this will be okay, just to give it a really good clean, because there's a few bits of greasy stuff just sort of left on it. Then we flip it over. We're going to prime all the underside now. While that's curing down there, I'm going to figure this out. So this is the new one, Pro XL Tough Ox 2K structured coating. Now it looks like this nozzle, it's got a small hole in it, and it come with one just here, and it looks like that's even smaller. So I guess they do different spray patterns maybe, I don't know. Either way, I've got a spare one in case that one knackers up. Now on the bottom of this, underneath this cap just here, we've got this. Apparently we're supposed to push that in to activate the chemicals inside to be able to make it cure a lot faster. I don't even know how to use normal Raptor paint, so this is going to be fun. Holy crap, that stuff comes flying out, going straight out. I wish I'd, like, maybe I should have read the instructions. I don't know, but I don't think the finish on that's going to be very nice. But that's solely because me messing around with this and not actually, well, I don't know, we'll see when it's done, shall we? We'll wait for that coat to cure, then we'll flip it over and do the underside as well. Yeah, the finish ain't the best, but I kind of dig it. It looks quite cool to be fair. Dead rugged, which is what I was going for. It looked nice with a rogue alloy on it. But I figured this piece just here goes onto the door, around about here sort of thing. And the instructions they sent me said a 25mm hole and then a 9mm hole on the other skin, so it's nice and secure. So I've just checked. The only ones I've got is 22 and 29. So I'm just going to use a 22mm and then sort of get the drill bit and go around it just to try and widen it off a little bit. If you've got the medium wheelbase version, see this section just here? Well, that hits there, and on the medium wheelbase, those are a lot longer, and that's so when it's open, it clears the sliding door, because the sliding door comes right back. On the long wheelbase, they're small enough to stay in there, and it just covers just over the front of it. I'll do all that drilling and stuff once I've got it on and I can mark exactly, then I'll take it off again and then I can drill properly. It's dangerous me standing here doing nothing, just waiting for that to cure, solely because I've just spent an absolute goddamn fortune on the next electrical upgrade for this. We've got 575 watts going on the roof, we've got a bigger solar charge control unit because we've got so many watts on the roof. We've got the smart shunts and got all the, basically everything we need for the solar to go on the roof, except for the roof rack stuff. I'm just gonna, there's a shop down the road that sells all the stuff I'm gonna do for a DIY roof rack, and it's dead cool. Should only cost about £50–60, and it should look the dog's nuts, to be fair, in theory. One of my friends has done it and I'm like, yep, I'm stealing that idea. The only issue I've got is it's about that thick and the roof of the van slants, so I'm gonna have to try and prise it down sort of thing. It's gonna look cool either way. I'll figure it out and I'll probably mess it up in the process, so if you want to see that, subscribe. Tell you what, the engineering gone into designing this wheel carrier to be able to not need to modify the hinges, yeah, that's awesome. With them tightened into place, it's time to adjust it accordingly, re-tighten all of these bolts into their proper positions, then mark out this hole here, ready to secure it to the door. Hole just there, 22 mil. We're supposed to do a 25, but all I can find is a 22. Halfway through, and I bent my drill bit. All the problems I expected today have gone fairly smooth. The problems I didn't expect, they're the ones that have come the problems. Take two. That looks a bit better. 25 mil hole, 9 mil hole in the middle.
Fill the hole with Sikaflex, and then we've got a spacer to put in there to secure to the door.
That's wild cool. All the hassles, all the stresses, and it's done. Just got to put the wheel on. I've got 5 locking wheel nuts. I'm going to whack them on now. That looks proper cool. Let me show you the finishing touch. I'll show you, this is the last thing that I need to do, is just to gently pull off this. Satisfying. And now we'll move backwards and show you. I love it. Wow, just fell over. Wide angle lens to make it a little bit better. Look at that, that is proper nice.
We've got to give it the good old tug test, haven't we? Make sure it's going to fall off. I love the fact I've got the words Comforter right on the top and the bottom.
I wish I could have got the Rogue alloy nice and level, but that's me just being vain. How cool does that look? Plus, it's out of my boot. Last final touch, get the sticker off the tyre. Yes. Just a case of get the panelling back on the back of the door. Watch that so I don't mess up with that until it cures. That's what's going to stop it from raining inside the van.
And that's how easy it is to fit the Wheeliams MAN TGE VW Crafter wheel carriers.
Let me show you what else I've got to do. Number one, this seat. I'm going to be using this single bed tomorrow for my son, so I need to get this seat fixed. But is it broken apart from the big hole that's in the wall? Wow. Yeah, it's a bit broken. So somehow I've got to fix that, and I've not got long to do it, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do it properly, but stay tuned to watch me bodge that together to make sure that works perfectly fine. Then I'm going to have a go at sorting out this blind as well. Now, the blind on the other door, you can pull it down, you can push it up, and it'll just stay where you need it to go. This one, yeah, it's just a bit knackered. So I have a feeling the spring in the actual mechanism is gone, but to do that I'm gonna have to get all the tiles off. I'm gonna have to screw the wooden batten down, get the whole thing down, and just have a good look at it. This might ruin all of the tiling, which to be fair isn't the best anyway, but we're gonna see how that one goes. I thought, you know what, it's a beautiful day, let's get the solar panels out. 400 watts of solar panels, and they're rigged up to the All Powers S2000. Look at that, it's drawing in 330 watts. I've not really got a good amount of tools to be able to fix this. I found this tiny scrap of wood, so I've drilled a hole in it, and under here I've stuck a little line, so that's the height it's got to go at. You can see just there, and I'm probably just going to screw it straight in like that. That's going to support that side up, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with this little side that's cut off. It may be very, very bodged together, but it'll do for now until I can get back and properly get it fixed. It's not pretty. It's not pretty in the slightest, but it is absolutely solid for now. Now I can't get it back off to get the stuff out that was in it, so I've had to get all that out. Like I say, it's only until tomorrow or the day after. So I'll put the cushion back on, make it look all pretty, and then the actual bits for the bed and the actual bedding, that's just going to sit on top of it for now. Like I say, it's only until tomorrow. I thought, why leave it a mess? I may as well just make the single bed up, and then I've got like a little sofa while I'm in here, and then it's the bed while Jacob's in here. But now, to try and fix that, so I've got to peel off all the sticky tiles at the top, and I think I can just unscrew the blinds. I'm hoping the blind barrier where the actual wood beam is not up underneath the actual overhead storage. We'll find that out in a minute. Then we'll get onto that email. Let's give it a go. I don't even know where the joins are, and I think, to be fair, I actually oh no, that's tearing, that one. What about this one? It's all tearing, because all the joints in between them are just tearing away. These are one big slab, and if I tear it, that's going to ruin it. Is there any way I can get under it? I can't get that done. Not now. It's just ripping all this area. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to basically save that until I get back up the northwest. There's nothing worse than having it looking gammy for the next week or so. And I've got some big updates when it comes around to next week. Is it next week or the week after? Basically, the ceiling's getting ripped out. We've got a whole new ceiling going in. We've got 525 watts of solar going on the roof, a DIY roof rack, a whole new basically electrical setup. It's a massive job. I'm probably going to mess it up, so make sure you subscribe for that. I'm going to put the solar panel all the way. Check the charge on that. Oh, doesn't that look sexy? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. 93%, and it's still charging on 320 watts. That sun is an amazing source of energy. It's the All Powers S2000. If you didn't know, this is another unit, because I've got another one just in there. That's my normal power supply unit, but to have a backup, it's just even better. It's got loads of new features on it that I need to try out. It runs a slightly higher wattage, so I'll be able to run my air fryer for a little bit longer. I'll give you more details on that in a different video. Let's go for a little walk and see what this email says. I can't wait to get that solar installed. That's going to be absolutely amazing. Just to have solar as my primary charging source, that's going to be the dog's nuts. That really is. Eventually I'll be going for a bigger battery source, and then I can start fitting much more powerful draining equipment, like a better fridge and stuff like that. Last time I come here the other day, I saw a load of fish and stuff, and well, yeah, you can see them splashing around. Let's see if we can get down and just have a... Oh yes, there's a few. Did you see them? Wow, that's pretty cool, to be fair. Let's have a look over this sort of side. There you go. Look at them. Just sat there milling around. Now you'd think they were trapped in this little thing, but they're not. Look at them all over there. That's insane. But no, they go through that gap over there. All the little babies. Yeah, through that gap just there, let me get up here, is this sort of area just here. It goes underneath this bridge and out to the main river over there. When you're filming, talking to a camera, and a load of people walk past, you're like, oh, hi. The cormorants down there loving the sun. I'll have to sort out all my fishing equipment soon. I used to absolutely love fishing. I've just not done it for like 10 years. I had to sell all my gear years ago to be able to pay some bills, and I just never got back to it. My dad gave me some fishing equipment when he moved out of his house into his caravan, and I've got it in the back of the van. Only a few bits and pieces, just enough to sort of tide a few hours, go flick a float around. I'll have to check out exactly what I've got. I'll probably have to re-spool the reel as well, because the line on that's going to be old. I saw an amazing koi carp. There's like a little standing platform just here, and it was just milling around in the edge. And I saw that a few weeks ago, but I've always, every time I come for a walk down here, always have a little look just to see if I can see it. It's amazing how clear the water is, but look at that for a view as well. I'm really not looking forward to reading this email, but I swear to God, it must be Red Bull day out. I thought I'd just seen VAT Max Verstappen. I was walking behind, I saw the Red Bull racing the Sparko seats. I was like, oh, is it? Is it? Turns out it wasn't. Let's have a go. Let's get this on the go. Oh, I am not looking forward. Hey, the bed works. I'm not looking forward to reading this. Right. Let's go, shall we? The subject title is Problems with Your VW Crafter Campervan. From a VW van service centre. We regret to inform you that we have noticed some issues with your campervan. Huh? Common? Right, let me check that. So it's not as drastic as I first initially thought, or it might not be as drastic. No, I know it's not a cease and desist. I uploaded a video on TikTok of me fitting the back door wheel carrier, and they found problems. Apparently these problems are common. Got to open that door and then open this door and then check out the hinge. Let's have a look. I can't really see anything on that one. Or, oh, no, not that one. Aha. That'll be what they're on about, that little one just there. Oh, crud, and that one just there. Uh-oh, it's on the bottom hinge as well. Uh-oh, this can't be good. Well, I say it can't be good. It's good. That's one thing I love about VWs, the service centres. I've never been to a service centre. He saw me email in the description. It's just emailed me that problem. This is just going to be someone at the service centre that loves the crafters, and he knows all the common faults. On the back doors, I've got cracks on the hinges that attach to the door, and apparently it's a common fault with these. I'll have to email him back, massively thanking him, because I never spotted that. I should have spotted that, but I never spotted that. And I'll have to see how to rectify that, or see whether it's an urgently needs doing, or I can't even get second-hand doors for it, because they're all going to be the same if it's a common fault. Maybe there's like a second-hand or a sort of fix that I can do. I don't know. I'll email him back. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you're new around here, please subscribe.